Okay, guys, back at Spurgeon's Funhouse. Going to put on the propeller going upwards, which would represent a helicopter or whatnot. Obviously, I'd have a helicopter body on, and there's another video with the helicopter body, but I'm just going to go over how to animate this. We're going to do this one with bevel gears. So you'll notice that I have my data panel opened up, and over here, just bev gear is what I'm going to use. I need two of those in here. So I'm going to insert into current design. Right click on bev gear, insert into current design, and did nothing happen. Insert into current design. Apparently I didn't do that. It's going to place that's in there. I'm going to hit OK, and then I didn't look if it gave me an option to bring two in, but I'm going to go ahead and bring two in. I'm going to move one of them up and hit OK. So now I have a couple bevel gears. So that allows me to do this. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. I'm going to start by putting a follower guide here. That'll reduce my friction, so I'm going to go ahead and put that in. So I'll close out. I got everything I need. Joint. All right, so I want a rigid joint here, not a slider. That would look funny. Rigid joint. I'm going to get one of these concentric circles on the bottom. I'm going to go to the bottom of my top, put it there, hit OK. Take a peek. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead. I want the teeth on the bevel gear down from this. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble that. Assemble. This will be another rigid joint. It is on rigid. So I will place, let's see, I want that circle there to come to this side here. I'm going to go ahead and flip that, and that is righteous. Okay. I'm not sure exactly of the dimensions of the bevel gear. I'm sure at one time I was, but I believe I've scaled it a couple times, so it's a little bit ornery. So now this is going to go, whoops, how many of those do I have? All right, I'm going to want to delete one of those here in a little bit, but I will. I don't know exactly what I did. I brought in multiples, perhaps. That's strange. I'm going to go ahead and group that one. Let's see which one. I'm going to go ahead and just turn off the visibility and just use these two. Uh-oh. I'm a little confused. I did something crazy. So we'll have to fix that here. But I'm going to go ahead and position this now. So assemble joint. Let's see. I want that shaft to go into that. And again, upside down. So I'm just going to flip it. And then I'm going to position this approximately. I'll be doing a little editing joints to make it function well. Is that going to be high enough? I'm just kind of eyeing that up. Yep, that's so far so good. Oh, I'm going to make this a revolute joint. I want this to be able to revolve in there. So I'm going to come over here and hit revolve, and that looks fine. I'm going to hit OK. All right, now depending on which way I want that to go, I would put this bevel gear. So this bevel gear is going to lock onto that, and the teeth, I'm going to take my time and line up the teeth. So I'm going to go ahead and assemble. Now this will be a rigid joint because I want this gear to position itself. I want this, let's see, I'm going to take that inside cylinder, place that approximately here. And then we're going to go ahead and I think I'm going to flip that. I suppose it doesn't matter. I could just take it over to the other side. So I'm going to place that so that pretty much what I'd like is for this, if I go true front, Let's see how I'd like to line this up. I think that would actually work okay and not grind. I think that's probably a little bit too far out. We'll talk about positioning this for those using bevel gears, but that's going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and make sure I am rigid. I am rigid. I'm going to hit OK. Now I'm going to go back and edit this to drop this a little bit. So my last, I'm going to come up to joints. It's my second to last joint. Please note how many I have. Excuse me. That was me sneezing. That was not a grizzly bear. I'm going to drop this a little bit and hit OK. Oh, dropped it a little bit, so I'll take it up 1/10 of an inch. I'm going to go ahead and edit that joint again. Excuse me. I'm going to take that up. Oh, let's zoom in here, and where does it say 1? So I'm going to go 0.75. And we'll take a look at how that does. It's tough. I'm losing my vision. All right, I'm going to go negative 0.85. This is a pain. Right click on that joint again, edit joint, and I'm going to try that at 8.5. Check it. Oh no, that's going the wrong way. So 6.5 or 0.6 we'll try. So certainly this is a pain. Just hacking my way through it. I could have did all the math, but I chose not to. So I'm going to try 0.6. Please note that yours might be different. Okay, and that suits me pretty well. I'm looking, I'd probably like to get a little tighter fit, okay, but I can see that that is now going to function okay. Now, when I assemble it, I'll be able to shift these gears so they line up a little bit better. So I'm going to go to a, let's see, motion link. I'm going to capture my position. I'm going to tell it what 2 revolute joints I want to do. I'm going to do this one, which is the shaft, which happens to be that, and then this one. All right. So now I got to take a look here at how this is actually going, and you can see those gears are going backwards. I'm gonna, let's see, so those would be grinding, so this would be negative 360. Negative. All right. I'm gonna pause it. And then hit play. Now they're going the correct way. I should have positioned them a little bit better. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. I'm going to go back to this last, let's see, the revolute joint, the rigid. This is putting that cam on there. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that. I'm going to take a look real quick. I would like to move that a little bit to the right. So I'm going to come over here and adjust that. Right click and hit edit joint. And oh dear, that's not the joint I want at all. Instead it's this rigid one. Edit joint. And what I'm going to do is position this. So I'm going to rotate this between 90 and 95. I'm going to split the difference and put 92.5, and that gives me a little better look. And then I am going to slide this in 3.85. I'm just fine-tuning it so it looks pretty. This isn't all that important. All right. So now when ooh, that's nice. So I'd probably move this down a tiny bit yet, but there I have functioning bevel gears, and I would like to rotate that a little more if you look in from that angle. But for our purposes, we have the proper thing. So now, if I back out, I can see that Spurgeon's Funhouse is up and running. Uh-oh, am I going to cross those blades? So it does not do interference. Let's see, am I hitting the top? No, but it looks like I'd have an actual interference right there. So in actuality, I would want to move this one over to there. That is to say, I'd want this to rotate the other way, and I'd line these blades up. I could, let's see, ooh. Yeah, I'd have to do a little work, which I'll do more advanced than anybody has two blades spinning. I'll show you how to avoid that. But that is a working version, and that's what I want to see. I have 3 animated motions on here that are within constraints. Now I'd have to obviously solve the interference problem with those blades hitting. There's nothing worse. It comes down to timing. Whenever you have 2 blades on a lawnmower, you'd be very specific when you set those blades. The timing of that, I actually had that happen to me once, and it was a couple hours underneath the lawnmower working that out. So excellent. Congratulations if you get to this point.